It's a big day for us here at DLLS Mavs as the GOAT, Dirk Nowitzki, joins us on today's show. What he said about Cooper Flagg and more coming up next. Hey, what's up, DLLS Mavs Nation? It's your man, Kevin Gray, alongside Mavericks beat writer Tim Cato, Mavericks analyst Bobby Carell, and our national NBA insider, Mark Stein. We, of course, are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, covering your favorite team every single day, especially when Dirk Nowitzki joins the show. He'll be joining us here coming up in our next segment, but we've got a lot to get to on today's episode on this tremendous Thursday, gentlemen. How are we feeling today, Tim Cato?
Tremendous.
Tremendous.
I thought Tuesday was also tremendous.
Can I ask a question? You've been wearing like nothing but these ACL shirts. Do you have like a a swag? Yeah. Do you have a swag deal with them?
ACL?
That's
I guess it does have ACL on it.
like did you
No, they've just been my go-to shirts of late. I like the cut and the fit.
Did you sign a contract and not tell us? I was curious.
No.
And by the way,
Is that why you were gone these last few days?
Actually,
I've
I've
cut the
been
deal. That's right.
I've finally been buying some new stuff for the wardrobe. I've been changing it up a little bit, but a lot of stuff's still in the mail. You know, so.
By the way, my daughter dubbed it a thrilling Thursday.
I like
Carella.
I like that.
She went with thrilling.
Yeah.
So why
today
did you go with tremendous?
Because I forgot that she said thrilling.
You forgot.
I
Unbelievable.
forgot. So I came up with another T word for Thursday.
I feel like
but she
the
did.
If I had a daughter, I would
alliteration is
never
starting
forget
to take up
anything.
more and more and more of the show. It's
Yeah.
soon it'll just be the first segment. We'll just be talking about days.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a thrilling Thursday like today is.
That's true. It is a thrill. It is a
for sure.
thrill when 41 is DLLS adjacent.
That's right. Stein, how we feeling?
Good.
Also, Stein,
Good.
look at that. Pomelo says, Tim, those are good white tees from a fashion student.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
say they
wow.
weren't good. I
Unbelievable.
was asking if you signed a clothing deal because you've literally, every time I look to my left and you're on set, your shirt says ACL tear. So I was wondering what was up.
Wow.
I'm a journalist. I ask questions.
You do ask questions. We asked Dirk Nowitzki some very good questions, and you'll see that coming up in our next one. We had a chance to speak with Dirk as he gets ready for his Tennis Foundation Classic next Saturday.
We already talked to him. Don't send us questions that already happened. You can't answer them in the past. Just
Yes,
FYI.
the bad news
FYI.
is we already taped the interview. The
Yeah.
good news is it was a great interview.
It was
That's
a great
right.
interview.
It
He
was
was
fantastic.
buoyant, I would say. It was fun.
And you'll see that coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. But before we get...
By the way, tantalizing Thursday would be.
Oh, that's what you're going with?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, we're all teasing a Dirk interview. That's pretty tantalizing.
Let's get to some things that we want to talk about when it comes to the Mavericks this upcoming season. Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, all kinds of players on this team looking to have big years for the Dallas Mavericks. But we're going to have some fun in our first segment here. Which Mavericks will lead the team in various statistical categories this upcoming season? Who's going to lead the team in dunks, three-pointers, minutes played, steals, minutes, assists, Spencer Dinwiddie? Who is going to lead the Mavericks in the various categories?
Yeah, I think minutes is interesting. Minutes last season, very infamously, was Spencer Dinwiddie. Do we all agree that I feel Cooper Flagg will lead Dallas in minutes next season?
Total, not per game, right?
Total.
Total
Yeah, it's
minutes
unknowable.
played.
It's unknowable. Yeah, I'm going totals on these. It's unknowable. Like it just kind of depends on how the injuries play out. But I think Cooper Flagg is far and away the likeliest guy to get the most minutes.
Shout out to
Disagreements?
Andrew, who says Tenacious Thursday. Shout
I
out
like
to
that
Andrew.
too. Any disagreements with that?
I would hope so. I would hope it's Cooper.
Who else would you say?
Well, I think if it's anyone other than him, I think that means that he got hurt. Like I think we can assume that Kyrie will obviously miss some time. AD will probably miss, even if AD misses only 15 or 20 games. Hopefully, Coop plays more than that. I think AD might average more minutes per game than Coop, but even that I'm not so sure of. I guess the only other contender I think realistically would be PJ.
Yeah. That's what Andrew Cox
if
says.
D'Lo is just absolutely cooking to start the year, maybe him. Because if let's say D'Lo gets off to a hot start and Brandon Williams gets off to a slow start, D'Lo could play like 35 a game or something, you know.
Dinwiddie will not lead the team in minutes or assists.
No,
I
he
feel
will
pretty
not.
confident about that.
Yeah. Klay Thompson led the team in three-pointers last season by quite a wide margin. He had 216. Kyrie had 144. Spencer Dinwiddie had 109. Those are the three players who hit more than 100 threes. Is there any chance D'Angelo, speaking of him, if he's really cooking like that, is there any chance that just by playing more minutes, he will end up with more total made threes than Klay Thompson?
He would be the only one that I would think could challenge Klay Thompson for the three-pointers most made this upcoming season.
I could see it. I could see it
because if he's gonna get the kind of minutes we think he's gonna get, especially to start off the season, he's gonna get shots up. Gonna get a lot of shots up.
And I think even if let's say Kyrie optimistically comes back like New Year's Day, D'Lo is still gonna get 20 to 25 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there might be like long stretches of the year where Klay only gets 20, 25 even without Kyrie. So I think D'Lo might end up playing more minutes than Klay, and therefore could. Defenses won't leave Klay open. So it wouldn't surprise me if D'Lo has more threes.
What do you guys actually know who led Dallas in rebounds? Total rebounds last season?
PJ
Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, last year averaged nearly 8 rebounds.
Bill
per
Winnington.
contest.
Yeah.
Bill Winning. Let's go!
PJ Washington
only
is
played
alive and well today.
He
on
only
the
played like
show.
55 games or something.
57. He played the same number of games as Daniel Gafford. He played 600 more minutes. He led the team in rebounding. What do we think this year? I could see it being PJ. I could maybe see it being Cooper Flagg. In fact, if we think Cooper Flagg's going to play the most minutes, he's probably going to lead the team in rebounds.
I'm going to go optimistic and say Anthony Davis.
It could be Anthony Davis.
It
It could be Daniel Gafford. It's probably not going to be either center just because they're going to be taking away from each other. But I don't know. Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively.
That's real optimistic there.
I hope.
If
That would
Derek
be
Lively
awesome.
is leading the team in rebounds, then we're having a hell of a
I'm going to guess
season
AD.
right now.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
AD's probably a good guess too. I think that's pretty safe. Even he's not going to be guarding the, like if he's playing a roaming role, that also sets up well to be the cleanup, come crashing in to go get the board rather than like it kind of turns into
Whether you know this, they're going to put all 5 defenders right around the little semicircle, right around the restricted area. They're just going to stand there with their arms like this.
Well, they don't have to stand that close. That's the whole thing. That's why they're
That's true.
They have
can-
so
they
much
can-
length.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're going to stand around the
step
paint,
out.
around the lane. Just
Yeah. I don't understand. Like nobody says Red Rover is not allowed in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Like you got to be able to run through the.
You can't
the
touch
arms.
them, but you can touch your teammates.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what if 2 teammates just?
What?
No.
By the way, Shahid, I see you with the pro wrestling reference. I like what you're doing there.
Most 2-pointers made next season.
Most 2-pointers made. AD.
Did you know who led the Mavericks last season?
My guess would be Kyrie.
By 1 bucket, it was Kyrie.
Who was
two?
second? Najee?
Najee. Yeah.
Let me say something. One of the things I enjoy most about, I know there was a lot of things to enjoy about last year, but Najee's floater game and his layup package, my man's got the mid-range and the floater game down. I like what he does in the 2-point area, especially around the paint. Good transition too.
Spencer Dinwiddie was also the leader in free throws attempted last season. I've got Cooper for that one.
Damn, for all that work that Spencer Dinwiddie did last year, leading the team in minutes, steals, and assists, shadow realm in Charlotte now. Charlotte Hornets.
5.3 last season, 5.3 free throws per game for Anthony Davis.
Oscar, we're going to try.
That-
We're going to try to get Najee. I promise.
Although that was a
We're going to
dip.
try to get Najee. We're going to try to get Dwight Powell.
Let's go!
Those are the first two.
That's the most excited Bobby has been since he stepped into this office.
That really reinvigorated.
Yeah, that
me.
did.
Those are the first two. Those are the first 2 requests for the new year.
I need to look up what Najee's floaters ended up at. Have you looked that up lately?
No,
Okay.
Can't say
I don't
that I
know. You
have.
look up weird things all the time. So
that is true actually.
anyway, I don't have any more stats to ask you all about unless you want me to find
Who
one.
led the team in dunks last year?
Oh, you're right. We were going to do dunks. It was Daniel Gafford, of course.
I think it'll be Gaff again. Yeah,
You think Gafford lead the team in dunks this
I'm
year?
pretty sure.
almost all of his baskets are dunks.
Do you know who
Yeah.
was
I was
second
going to say,
in
what
dunks?
percentage of his field goals are dunks?
Probably 60 60%, maybe 70%.
I'm surprised you don't
made or attempted.
I'm surprised you don't have that memorized.
Made probably higher share than attempted because he did actually miss a lot of dunks last year. he missed like 7 dunks.
33% of his buckets, 33% of his field goal attempted are dunks. Daniel Gafford. Derek Lively's is higher, 39%. Kai Jones was 55%.
The guy whose threes are going to change the season.
Yeah.
The season is gonna go.
He hasn't taken a jumper, Mark.
He
took one jumper last year.
Derek Lively shoots threes. Who was second in dunks last year?
Lively.
And who was third?
Kai Jones.
Kai Jones, third in dunks.
Kai Jones had 39 dunks in 260 minutes.
Oh my God.
PJ Washington
incredible.
had 34 dunks in 1,835 minutes.
That's unbelievable.
Who led? Go ahead.
PJ played nearly 5 times as many minutes as Kai Jones, but still had 5 fewer dunks than he did.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
Last season, B-Ball Ref has Gaff missing 18 dunks. That's almost impossible. But I do not doubt the mighty power of Stathead. 18 missed dunks.
I feel like a lot of the dunks that he missed were on like alley-oop attempts.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't think he missed a lot that were like his own.
He missed a few. He definitely missed a few.
We want to get to this?
Yeah, I just want to throw out one more stat. Do you guys know what Dante Exum shot on corner threes last season?
8%.
Higher.
43%.
Higher.
62%.
Lower, but 59%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dante Exum, good player.
That's why he's
good
back.
Player.
He's a good player.
Knock down corner threes. You ready to get to Dirk?
Yes.
Let's do Dirk.
Let's get to Dirk. Dirk Nowitzki joins us here on our show. We got into a lot with the legend that is Dirk Nowitzki, including Cooper Flagg. That's right, including Cooper Flagg, season expectations, of course, his tennis foundation classic coming up. All that and more coming up next. But you know that moment when I actually called Dirk like twice in a sentence? Yeah, that moment when you realize that you left your favorite pair of sunglasses at the beach or on the roof of your car, Bobby Corella, or at the gas station 3 states away. Well, guess what? I've been there too. But with Shady Rays, you can change all of that. With Shady Rays, they changed the game. The sunglasses made for real life, seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive either. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair, no guilt trip, just replacements when it comes to their classic sunglasses. So now, actually wear my sunglasses, don't have to worry about whether I lose them or break them because I know Shady Rays is going to take care of me when it comes to their eyewear protection. Shady Rays is eyewear that always has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com, use code DLLS35 for 35% off your polarized sunglasses. Find for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people today.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, folks. It starts tonight. Football is here. Football ball.
That's
football
right.
ball. And I'm gonna run through my pick actually of week 1. I got Saquon Barkley on Prize Picks going for more than 91.5 rushing yards. I think they could double that and I'd still feel great about it. I got Jamar Chase scoring at least 1 touchdown. So I think that's a pretty safe bet. He scores like 3 per game.
Pretty safe pick.
And then also Dak Prescott is going to be, he is my max discount pick of the week. On Prize Picks, you can get him to throw for more than 0.5 passing yards.
All you need is half a yard?
All he needs is 1 yard, baby.
Smash the board on that.
That 3-pick power play would get me $26.25 on a $5 play. And that $5 is important because now on Prize Picks, don't let this go to waste. Download the app today and use code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. So this lineup could get you $50 more fun. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Joining us coming up, Dirk Nowitzki on all things Mavericks, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and more as he gets ready for his Tennis Foundation Classic. Here he is. We are joined by a very special guest, friend of the show here
Dirk!
on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Of course, 21 seasons with the Dallas Mavericks, a 14-time All-Star, a 12-time All-NBA selection, the 2007 NBA's MVP. Oh, that's right, 2011 NBA Finals MVP, member of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Oh, that's right, he won a championship in 2011. And, of course, Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer, class of 2023. He, of course, is the GOAT, Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk, what's going on? How are you?
How are we doing? That sounds great. Thanks for having me. Great intro.
You actually did all that?
Long time ago.
I had never heard of you, but I kind of Googled your Wikipedia page. Like, pretty impressive stuff. You know, I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm learning a lot. So congrats on all that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, Dirk joining us on behalf of the Dirk Nowitzki Foundation, the 7th annual tennis classic presented by Chime, of course, taking place on Saturday, September 13th, with the doors opening at 11:30, with showtime taking place at noon at Banner House at T-Bar M here in Dallas. Your 7th one of these, Dirk. How excited are you about this year's version of your tennis classic?
Yeah, it's been a cool run. You know, as you guys know, we've done the baseball event for a long time, and sort of with the pandemic, we kind of lost that one. And I played some soccer in Germany for my foundation in Germany, and so I've done all sorts of sports. But tennis is the one that I love. That it's close to my heart. I've played it all my life, so. This is something that I love doing, and we made it a great event and a charity event out of it. And so the format changed a bit. We moved locations from SMU, obviously, to Banner House, but it's still the same event. It's been growing from year to year, so we're excited to host everybody again next weekend, and it'll be a fun event for friends, families. Come on out to support and see some good tennis, some bad tennis, and some all-around fun. So we have food, we have games, we have all sorts of stuff happening. So it'll be a fun event for the whole family.
What's the state of your tennis game right now? Because I thought you were training to go on the 50 and over padel tour, because padel is the sport you play the most. So, like, how easy is it to switch and just now you got to play tennis next weekend?
So I play quite a bit of tennis still, especially when I'm here, when I'm in Dallas. In Europe, we play a lot of padel or paddle. Nobody really knows.
I don't know either. I'm winging it.
But it's a super fun sport. You know, you can play with the walls around, and the glass is part of your strategy, and so it's a super cool sport. But I still love tennis. I grew up playing tennis, and so I try to play as many times as I can. Of course, as you know, tennis is a movement sport, and with moving, it's a little tough these days. So I'm just kind of standing there and whipping some forehands and backhands, and just enough to still enjoy the sport, and yeah, really gotten back into it more now that I'm retired the last 6 years, and so it's been super fun.
You're out there playing drop coverage, no switching. Just covering the rim.
All drop. You know,
are you gonna?
Honestly, at the end of my career, I was even at the 4th spot, I was in drop coverage. It was a little embarrassing, but you got to play to your personnel, that's for sure.
You're gonna get make sure that Cooper picks up a racket and hits it around a little bit.
So we're excited for Cooper to come out. I've never met him, so I've been in touch a little bit after he got drafted, and reached out to him. Obviously, wanted to congratulate him and welcome him, and so we reached out now for just to see if he's even in town and wants to come out and support, and he was all for it. I don't think he's a tennis guy. He's more of a golfer, I heard, so I'm not quite sure he will pick up a racket. But he's going to come out and enjoy and maybe play a few things here and there, or be a team captain. We're not quite sure what he's going to do, but he's going to come out to support. But I don't think he's going to play some tennis.
I know even when you played with Luka, it wasn't your style to say, hey, I'm here to mentor you and teach you all my secrets. Like, that's just not you. So with Cooper Flagg, how do you approach it? What do you say in your first text to him? Like, how do you convey that I am here for you if you need me?
Yeah, that's sort of what I said. I said, hey, welcome, obviously, congrats to being the first pick, and welcome to Dallas. If there's anything you ever need from I don't know, advice on dinner or basketball or whatever, I'm just a phone call away. So that's how I left it, and that's how I always was with Luka. I'm not the one that to chase guys or push myself on people. If they're ready, they're ready, and if not, it's fine too. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I was supposed to mentor Luka, but Luka, the way he read the game, he was so smart. His IQ was out of this world. he should have probably mentored me on reading the game and how to see the game. So he didn't need much from me at all. He had a few questions here and there off the court, but and so he didn't really need me much on a daily basis, and that's totally fine. We talked basketball a couple times here and there, but other than that, it's whatever Cooper needs, wants. I'm here, obviously. With me doing the new gig now for Amazon Prime, I'll be in the U.S. a lot more. I'll be in Dallas a lot more. I'll be around a lot more. I'll be watching basketball a lot more than I have the last 6 years. So I'll definitely, of course, keep an eye out, and if there's any advice he ever needs, I'm just a phone call away.
With your relationship to the organization, you spent your entire career here, won an NBA championship. We know how the organization has changed over the last couple of years, and obviously with the trade happening on February 1st. How would you characterize your relationship with the organization now and how that looks going forward with you and the organization?
Well, I was trying to get involved there a few years ago, and you guys probably saw me in training camp. I was there every morning and kind of watching.
Yeah, I want to see the notes you took. Can we ever see those? I want to see those. I want to see your notebook.
Actually, every once a week I try to tell the coaches what I saw, what players impressed me, or what. So I kind of made some notes and then shared them with Cubes and obviously the coaching staff. And but honestly, it just felt weird. It felt weird being there. I wasn't ready to go to the gym every day again, and just felt in a lot of place. Didn't really know what my role, what my job was. So I kind of, once the season started, I kind of pulled back a little bit again, and so then I never really got back into it. I don't think I'm made right now for the whole day-to-day business, and so I've met with Patrick a few times throughout his tenure already. I'm just a phone call away. Like I said, the same thing to Cooper. If there's any advice or anything they ever need, of course will always be a Mav for life. But I'm not involved in any management or advising or day-to-day type stuff. Not at all.
So you mentioned that you're doing Amazon, of course, next year. What made you ready for that? There are people sitting at this table, Mark Stein, who insisted that they never could have seen you going into.
I've gotten everything wrong about Dirk Nowitzki's retirement. Every prediction I made about how he would be and what he would do, I got them all wrong.
Yeah, same. I got it all wrong too. I don't think I would have known this honestly a year ago, 2 years ago. Obviously, I've done some stuff with the Mavs. I've done the little post-game show with Devin, and tried the TNT fill-in one time for Shaq in the playoffs. But I thought this was just for fun, trying out a little bit, and just sticking around a little bit around basketball. And then honestly, this opportunity came up with Amazon Prime, and I thought, hey, let me take this meeting. You just never know. And I flew out to LA and really loved that my bosses, loved the vision they had, loved the team that they assembled behind the camera and also in front of the camera. And so I just thought it was a great opportunity to try something new, to see if I like it. I don't want to sit here now and say I'm doing this in 20 years, but I definitely wanted to see if I like it and if that's something for me. And also, I think the coverage on some channels are a little negative on the NBA. I just think we need a little switched gears and have some fun, but also show how hard it is to play in this league and maybe analyze a little more. And so I'm excited for it, and we'll see how it goes. And to me, the most important thing was that the crew that they assembled. I didn't want to go and spend all this time and fly to LA once a week if I have no fun and I don't like the people that I work with. So this was important to me that, Nashi's doing it, Blake and Udonis and lots of guys that I have relationships with. And I think it's going to be a fun crew to sit there and talk some hoops and talk life and especially have some fun.
What does your prep work look like as you get ready for this? Is there anybody you're modeling your game after, so to say? Anybody else that you listen to and it's like, I love the way that he talks about basketball into a microphone. I want to talk about it kind of like that guy?
Chuck.
I don't know. So I love, as you know, I love Charles. It's one of my favorites of all time. But I don't think that will be my style. The no filter, say whatever comes to mind is a little dangerous. So I'm not quite sure. I think I will be pretty analytic, pretty stats based. Try to be spontaneous in time with some jokes and have some fun. So I think I'm not quite really. That's so exciting about this whole thing. This is like a startup project. Nobody really knows how it's going to be, how we're going to act off each other, react off each other. How I'm sure the show on October 24th will look a lot different on December 24th, and so on. It's going to grow. We're going to develop, grow with each other. So. No idea how this is going to work out, but it's also part of the process, and also that gets me a little anxious. And it's just a challenge. It's a nice challenge to take. And what do I do to prepare? I mean, first of all, it started already. Once I said yes to it, I did a little media class and just to learn some basic ideas. How does TV work? What camera do you look at? And just small stuff like that. And then, it's going to start now with the rosters. I don't want to sit there and play who he played for on the first night of Amazon Prime. I want to be prepared. I always pride myself. If I do something, I want to do it to the best of my capabilities. So I'm gonna work hard. I started looking at the rosters already. Maybe go back and watch even some playoff games. We're going to do some test shows here starting in October. Maybe even broadcast some or do some preseason just for us. That's not going to be. It'll be recorded, but not going to be shown. So just to get ready and get a little chemistry already before we head on the air. On the 24th of October is our opening night, so it'll be exciting.
What are your thoughts on the 2025-26 Dallas Mavericks as they get ready for this season? Cooper Flagg joining this team, of course, is the #1 overall pick. Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving making his way back eventually. What are your thoughts on this roster going into this year?
Well, honestly, if they're healthy, they're one of the deepest teams. I mean, if you look at just the front court, how it's loaded with talent, with players, the back court. I think they have 2 to 3 players on every position, especially when Kyrie comes back. And I saw him on social media; he's already getting some shots up. So he's going to take care of his body and do everything he can to be out there. So. Once he comes back and he's the old Kyrie, I mean, this is a heck of a team that's super loaded. And the main thing is can they stay healthy? Can they stay healthy for the long run and get Kyrie back? And but then, like I said, they're as deep as any team. But the West is tough. The West is tough with OKC probably being the heavy favorites again going in. But other than that, 2 through 8 to me is kind of wide open, and they have a great shot if they stay healthy to be up there and have home court advantage.
Now, you opened the door a little bit. Now, you said you saw Kyrie on social media, so I got to ask you about this. Your man Cuban was on our show last week. He said, hey, the 2006 NBA Finals, that was rigged. That was stolen from us. I'm going to take that to my grave. Dwayne Wade responded the other day and said, hey, Cubes, don't take that away from me, my guy. Do you have a message for what happened in 2006? I know you got him back in 2011. What you got to say about, what maybe Dwayne Wade had to say in response to what Cuban had to say last week?
Honestly, a lot has been talked about there, and I'm going to kind of leave that stuff in the past. We made some mistakes. I think we were inexperienced at times. We were up 2-0 and had a huge lead in Game 3. Didn't pull it through. So I think it was on our hands. I wasn't the finisher and closer that I was a few years later, and I missed a big free throw in Game 3, as I remember. So. Yeah, it's just too easy. It's too easy to make excuses now. So I feel like we had enough chances. If you're up 2-0, you should be able to close this series out. But hey, I give them a lot of credit always, and they played incredible after that. And we really didn't have an answer for D Wade and his ability to drive. And so I'm gonna leave the past in the past and just say
your new teammate, D Wade. Your new teammate.
D-Wade is awesome. Yeah, I think he's doing some games for Prime, and I think he's doing a few studios. So I'm not quite sure, obviously, how much we'll be working together. But yeah, I got to say, they just assembled a pretty cool team now. With obviously John Wall just came aboard, and some others. So looking forward to working with him and all the whole.
You're
crew.
surrounded, D-Wade and Haslam.
So UD and I now obviously have a good relationship. We had a few Amazon meetings already there in August. Flew to LA, and we talked a little bit. And I like him. I think he's great on TV. I don't know, you guys were probably watching him, and during the playoffs, I think he's to the point. He's aggressive. He puts his opinion out there, and he's unapologetic about it. But I thought he was great in the playoffs. So I think that's a big get, and I'm sure we'll be arguing about a few things. I think we see the game a little different here and there, but I think that's also part of the fun and part of the show.
Well, Udonis made it 20 years with one team. You've at least got that on him. You made it one more. You gotta be like UD. You made it all this way. You couldn't do one more.
I know. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to tease him on air a little bit about that. So yeah, I'm happy he didn't do the 21.
We've kept you too long, but I got to ask one more tennis question because you know how much, I mean, for both of us, how much we love the sport. And I hope I'm not revealing something I'm not supposed to, but I know this week you were on the practice court with Nate Lamons, one of the best American doubles players. So paint a picture for us. What was that practice session like? And yeah, I want to know, like, how'd you hang with the tour doubles specialist?
It's fun. You know, that's all I play these days is doubles and singles. I just can't move enough. I can't cover the court enough. So doubles that's basically what I do now. And it was super fun just to see a pro and see his volleys, how good they volley, the hard balls, how they stick it, and some of those, you know, doubles is such a different sport than singles. You have shorter strokes. The ball comes always at you quick, so it's like shorter strokes, shorter backswings, and still gets so much power out of it. So it was so fun getting to know him. And so it's been fun. So over the years, obviously, I was fortunate to play with a lot of guys. We played with Dominic Thiem this summer in Mallorca. We played with Sabine Lisicki this summer. Was obviously a German former pro. So I've been fortunate to play tennis with some great players. Played with Federer a few years ago at Laver Cup in Vancouver, which was like a bucket list thing for me. So I've been able to play with some great players, and it's always fun to see that, you know, we're all amateurs, but there is actually another level above, and it's super fun to watch.
So you're ready to outshine Nash on September 13th?
You know, we travel with Nash a little bit this summer, and he is obsessed. I mean, every day we had to play 2 hours of tennis, and then, you know, he goes for a run, and then he goes for a lift, and then he wants to padel in the afternoon. And I'm like, I don't know how he takes his energy from he's 50, but he has been incredible in tennis now. So
he is so annoying. Absolutely.
He is the one guy, he's that athlete that can just do it all, whether it's soccer, volleyball, tennis, padel. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Surfing, skateboarding. He can do anything.
Yeah, he's that guy that just has that coordination with anything. So it's super annoying. So I don't think I will outshine him, but you know, we have some other guys that I hopefully can outshine a little bit. With you know, we have a good crew this year with Elvis Andrews, and you know, Devin Harris is coming, Boris Kojo, Joakim Noah. But looking forward to Kobe Cotton from Dude Perfect to see what he's got. So
Coco Vandaway.
Coco is coming. I won't outshine her. I got to say.
Probably not.
We're going to have a good crew, and some local pros are coming out to really show how the game is played. So I think we'll just have a good crew. It'll be fun.
Can't let you go without giving you a chance to give Mavericks fans your message to them as they get ready to support you for your 7th annual Tennis Classic and getting ready for this year. What messages you have to fans that are going to be watching and listening to us today?
Yeah, come on out. It's a fun day. Like I said, it's not purely about tennis. It's about the interaction. We have giveaways. Last year we had a raffle. We brought some people down that got to hit a little bit, and so it's just a overall fun day with some interactions, and it's of course it's kind of based all on tennis, but it's so much more than that. So come on out, bring the kids, and come enjoy.
It's the Dirk Nowitzki Foundation 7th Annual Tennis Classic presented by Chime, taking place on Saturday, September 13th. The doors open up at 11:30 with showtime taking place at noon at Banner House at T-Bar M. That is 6060 Dilbeck Lane in Dallas, Texas. Dirk Nowitzki, as always, thank you so much for joining us here on the show today. Best of luck with you in the tournament and also with Amazon Prime this summer or this season, and we look forward to our next conversation with you, my man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, and congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Yeah,
thank you.
Keep going strong, guys.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks,
Dirk.
man.
Appreciate
you, Dirk.
Thanks to Dirk Nowitzki for joining us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. If you missed any of that, you can go back and watch, of course, here on DLLS Sports and listen to the podcast as well. Coming up next, we dial up the Stein Line. What's going on with the restricted free agents? And one already got a deal done with the Nets, and this former Dallas Maverick has already found a new home. We'll tell you where it is coming up next.
Y'all think Dirk's a diehard?
Probably.
Probably. Don't you have access and like figure this out?
I would never try finding Dirk's personal information.
Do you think if Dirk isn't a diehard, like he should become one?
I would think so. He seems to love basketball. He seems to love sports. He seems to have fun being a sports fan.
Do you think he would enjoy immediate access to all of our diehard premium written content?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without question.
Like even the Rangers? You think he's reading a lot about the Rangers?
Dude, he's a baseball fan. Come on.
He is
you think he's locked
He's a
into their
big
season?
baseball fan. Yeah.
I know he's a Stars fan.
He's a huge Stars fan.
Is he still a Cowboys fan? I hope not.
It's tough.
Hey, relax.
It's
I
tough
hope he's not.
It's tough being a Cowboys fan. But
We got the best.
I bet Dirk is rooting for the hometown team.
Do you think you'd want a free T-shirt just for signing up?
Dude, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. What do
And
you
signing
mean?
up for $36, limited time offer that we're throwing on.
You can definitely afford that.
Yeah, you could get the free football club T-shirt. But we also have all these Cowboy shirts. We have Mav shirts too. I think he would enjoy that.
I bet he would.
Do you think he would enjoy the diehard only Discord?
Honestly, I bet
don't see why
he
not.
would like it.
I think he would. I don't know if he would go by his. He might have a burner.
He probably does.
Yeah, he probably have a suit. He might be in there right now
He might be.
under a pseudonym. Yeah, maybe he had somebody set it
Could
up.
be in
for
there
him.
mixing it up in the video games channel or the movies channel or the music
It wouldn't
channel.
shock me at all. Like, do we have any concrete evidence of this being true? No. Do we believe it in our hearts? Yes, we do. I think he would also enjoy 20% off all events and merch. Because when it comes down to it, doesn't matter how much money you have. I'd love to get a little deal. It's just so fun. And I think lastly, he would love the Die Hard card.
Absolutely.
Although, I don't know why we're still saying would. I bet he had one. I bet he just forgot to pull it out and show us. So,
It's fun for the whole family.
Dirk, if you're not a diehard, alldlls.com/diehard. We'll get you hooked up there. Or you can do it yourself. Something like that.
Appreciate all of you hanging out with us here on the show today. Don't forget to watch Coach Carter tonight after you watch or before you watch the Cowboys game. We've got the best Cowboys post-game show in the game, pre and post, taking place tonight. Shout out to our guy Voch Lombardi. He'll be on the post-game show after the Cowboys take on the Eagles. But this kind of...
I'm going to not watch the game, but I will watch the post-game show.
I mean, the post-game show is going to be fire. It's Kavanaugh, Jesse Holly, and Voch Lombardi on the post-game show for DLLS Cowboys.
Yeah.
Ali Jawad, Clarence Hill.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it.
Great squad.
Chill is in Philly as we speak right now, getting ready for tonight's game. Let's dial up the Stein Line. So our guy Mark Stein is clearly breaking news even during the commercial break. I saw a tweet from him just 30 seconds ago regarding
You posted?
Ben Simmons.
You want to know though? There is something after we taped the Dirk interview, I got a post-interview message. 41, who was quite bemused, quite confused, and the question was, "Did Bobby's alarm not go off this morning? Where was Corella?
No.
Where was Corella at?
He was
worried about you.
Oh well, that means a lot. Dirk, I'm good. You know I'm good, buddy. I'm very sad. Actually, I'm very sad. I'm smiling through the pain. No, I was in a big meeting about Q4, and Yeah, so I couldn't be here for it.
Is that like some indie band that we haven't heard of?
No, it's like the fourth quarter of the fiscal year.
That's right. That's right.
I don't. I'm
Q4 is rapidly approaching. Tim, are you ready?
No, it is rapidly approaching.
You getting ready for Q4?
Well, I am.
He is actually.
Yeah, you are. Actually.
Yeah.
The answer is I'm not ready for Q4. Clearly, it's a lot going on.
Well, let's try to make Bobby a little bit happier here, maybe, as we've gotten news that former Dallas Maverick Olivier Maxence Prosper has a new deal. He is going to be a member now of the Memphis Grizzlies, agreeing to a two-way contract with the Memphis Grizzlies. So
we honestly weren't sure if Bobby was going to show up. We thought he might already be in Memphis, launching a new All-City city.
MPHS?
Is that what your meeting was?
MPHS.
That's right.
You were lodging a trade request?
Y'all want to increase viewership? You want to increase revenue? You got to follow Omax. All right, you got to go where Omax goes.
But Stein, yeah.
Prosper is literally in his name.
I mean, look, Memphis is one of the teams that the Mavs discussed Omax trades with. I mean, that goes months back. So the Grizzlies clearly had registered an interest in him, a long-standing interest in him. And so from Memphis's perspective, to be able to sign him on a two-way is, I'm sure they're seeing it as more advantageous. And Omax was always going to get another immediate chance. I mean, it's not like, it obviously didn't work out here, but if it wasn't Memphis, it was going to be somewhere else. And he was going to be in the league this season on a two-way. And now it's up to him. I mean, he's new start, fresh start, new opportunity.
Two-way is good. I mean, I think that one of the things we talked about whenever, Mark, you were talking about how they were going to need to find a new home for him one way or the other is, he's a first-round pick, but he played on a team that was given a lot of minutes to veterans his rookie season. They go all the way to the finals. It's fantastic, but he didn't play that much. Last season, he did play in a lot of games, but rarely ever more than 12 minutes, And maybe what he really needed more than anything was just spending a bunch of time in the G League with the legends. But last year he couldn't really do that because they had so many guys out. And so it was it was this weird thing where he did play in a lot of games, but he didn't play a lot of minutes, but he couldn't go down because they needed bodies. Like, it was just kind of a lost year for my guy.
And now he finds a new home within the division with the Memphis Grizzlies. So officially no Max any longer around here. Bobby's sad about it. Okay.
I hope the Grizzlies go 78-4 this season.
And lose the 4 games against Dallas?
Yep.
Got it. Speaking of players getting deals done, it's been a very interesting offseason for restricted free agents around the NBA, whether it's Quentin Grimes, Josh Giddey, and in Brooklyn's case, restricted free agent Cam Thomas, who agreed to today a 1-year, $6 million qualifying offer to return to the Brooklyn
Finally,
Nets.
we have some movement in the restricted free agent market. Finally.
And he is going to be eligible to go into unrestricted free agency at the end of this upcoming season. And he's got a full no trade clause by agreeing to that qualifying offer.
Yes. Okay. No, we need to make, because that gets thrown around so much. And this is not directed at you, but this is like, I'm a stickler for this stuff. So this is a pet peeve. The only full no trade clauses in the NBA, there are only 2, LeBron and Damian Lillard. But when you are a 1-year bird, which means when you sign a 1-year deal with the team you finished the previous season for, you get an implied no trade clause for that, just for that season. And the reason is because if Thomas didn't have the ability to block a trade, the Nets could trade him tomorrow and he loses his early bird right. So that's why players, but it's interesting. There a new trend in the league this year, and I don't have the list in front of me, but I recently printed it on my Substack, and there are more than 10 players who are in this position. More than 10 players who, like Cam Thomas, signed a 1-year deal with the team they finished the previous season with. Jackson Hayes is an example that comes to mind. Multiple Milwaukee players. And like I said, I don't have the list in front of me. I wish I had it now because I think it's kind of an interesting trend in the league. Teams are saying to these players, we will sign you to a 1-year deal, but you have to waive that implied no trade clause. So there's this group of players, there's at least 10 who have already done that, where they took a 1-year deal to go back to their old team, but had to give up the no trade clause. In Cam Thomas's case, which is he's really betting on himself because the Nets offered him a 2-year deal in the $30 million range. And they also offered him a 1-year deal at more than $6 million, but they said we'll give you $10 million for this season, but you have to waive the implied. You have to. It's not really a no. It's you have to consent to a trade, and the Nets tried to get him to give those rights up, and he wouldn't do it. He said, "You know what? Screw it. I'm going to play on the 1-year qualifier. I'm going to bet on myself." And we've talked about this with Grimes in Philly, with Giddey in Chicago, and obviously Kuminga in Golden State. It's easy to say when you're an outsider, bet on yourself, take the chance, because it's significant. Like Golden State's offering Kuminga 2 years, $45 million. Now, Golden State's offer, year 2 is a team option, and Golden State is also saying, we will only give you this deal if you waive those trade consent rights, because the Warriors are trying to turn Kuminga into a tradable contract for next season. And Kuminga, like we talked about with PJ yesterday, if Kuminga's making $22-ish million on a short-term deal, the Warriors' phones are going to be ringing off the hook.
Yeah.
Teams trying to get him. But I really love what Cam Thomas has done here. He said, you know what? I don't want to play 1 year at $6 million. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to do it because I want to have, if I can get through 1 more year, now I have control of my situation. And Cam Thomas next summer will have ultimate control in a summer where there is supposed to be more cap space. And now the obvious question is, will Kuminga or Giddey or Grimes, will any of them go the same route and play on the 1 year qualifier? But again, Chicago offered Giddey $80 million over 4. He wants $120 over 4. So it's a massive gap, but 80 over 4 sounds a lot better. His qualifier is $11 million.
Yeah.
So it's like for Giddey to play 1 year, $11 million, he is leaving nearly $70 million guaranteed on the table. And that's, again, that's easy for us know-it-alls on the DLLS show to say, but not as easy to do in real life. So, like, I really applaud Cam Thomas.
That's not easy for me to say.
Yeah.
I'm you tell me I can clear 70 mil by signing a piece of paper? I mean, right. I'm probably clearing the 70 mil.
But their mentality, the player mentality, the free agent mentality, and it's the right one, is like Giddey's thinking, if I can make it to the open marketplace, if I can get through 1 more season, he would get more than a $80 million over 4 offer on the open market if he plays the way we just saw him play in the second half of last season. Sure. So will Giddey take the qualifier? Will Grimes, it's probably easier for Grimes to take his qualifier, which I want to say is $7 or $8 million, because that's closer in range to what the Sixers, the talk in Philly was that it was going to be a 3-year deal in the 13 to 15 million range annually. So at least Grimes' qualifier is closer. But Kuminga's qualifier is $8 million. So if Kuminga takes the qualifier, you're taking a 1 year, $8 million deal compared to a 2 year, $45 million deal. Like, that's tough math. Whew. But again, any restricted free agent who does this, you have to respect them and tip your cap to them, because they are betting on themselves. And like I said, if Cam Thomas has a good season, he's going to be so glad he did this. But in the short term, he's left money on the table.
Let's take our final break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, we hop into Cato's Corner real quick. He's got some critiques for us when he was away about how we ran our show.
Oh, wow.
His thoughts next. But first, I want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. And the easiest way you can do that is subscribe to DLLS Sports. And also, when you do that, you have access to not only watching our shows, but you can also be part of our movie club review as well. We're going to be watching Coach Carter and reviewing that tomorrow on our show. So if you haven't already, go find yourself a place to watch Coach Carter. We're going to talk about it on our movie club tomorrow, as we've been doing our movie club review all summer. We've already watched and reviewed Space Jam, Uncut Gems, and the Disney classic Air Bud. The 2 movies that we have left are Coach Carter and Love and Basketball, which we'll watch here in the next couple of weeks as well. So if you want to be part of our movie club review, make sure you watch Coach Carter at some point today, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. It's going to be a busy night, of course, because the Cowboys are playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Make sure you tune into our DLLS Cowboys pregame and postgame show tonight with our show having Vach Lombardi. He's back again this year. Jesse Holly, Jeff Kavanaugh, Ali Jawad, and of course Clarence E. Hill Jr. live in Philadelphia.
Jill went on the PHLY network this morning.
Yeah, how was that?
I believe it was the Anthony Gargano show, if I'm not mistaken, that he appeared on. It was from what I heard, it was explosive. They talked about it in the management meeting right at the beginning before it started. They were like, there's a bunch of Birds fans in there.
Yeah.
They're like, Clarence went on. It was great. It was awesome. So I'm like, oh my God, they were definitely fighting. They were definitely fighting. Clarence texted us, me and Ben and Jeff and Jesse and Ali, before the show, and he said they're so loud here. Like they yell
like
in
he
this
hasn't
office.
been in that Philadelphia
And I'm
100
like,
million
buddy,
times.
you are definitely louder than them. You're definitely louder than them, Clarence.
So make sure you tune in tonight. Our pregame show for the Cowboys will take place half an hour before kickoff, and then immediately following tonight's game, Cowboys, Eagles, boys and girls. Looking forward to the NFL returning tonight.
I'll send this to the chat.
Let's.
How
many P? Does it get up to at least 720?
I won.
This
one
is Tim talking about.
Okay, all right.
No, we can't. I don't want this to.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
Get to the critiques.
Yeah.
What are my critiques of the show? You said, Bobby. You said, oh wow, like wait, like a lot.
I'm infallible.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What are you pointing at?
You just said it.
What? Oh wow.
Yeah.
You guys both play off each other with oh wows.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. All right,
we basically have the same brain. T-shirts,
yeah,
things, Christmas songs, Charlie Brown wise.
There was, I think there's two things that I was going to bring up. You guys talked two timelines yesterday, a little bit, right? Or
a little bit.
The phrase two timeline came up, and I 100% understand why two timeline gets associated with the Golden State Warriors, as you brought up, and you kept saying, like Dallas is kind of on a two timeline, but then you're like a Golden State Warriors two timeline. I think that's where I disagree. It's like two timelines has been done by a lot of teams. Why aren't they on San Antonio with Duncan coming in with Robinson already on the team, or Kawhi coming in with Duncan and Manu and Tony Parker already on the team? Why are they not something more like the Boston Celtics? Boston Celtics, they signed Gordon Hayward and Al Horford and Kyrie Irving, and then all of a sudden, even though those players were not as old as Dallas's,
sure.
It just turned out that it was the Jays team. That Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were the guys emerging. I want to be very clear because Golden State as an organization is narcissistic and loves to believe that they are better than everybody else.
Wow.
They branded themselves as two timelines because the dynasty will never end. It will just keep going. But their players sucked. They didn't have young players. Two timelines has been done many times in the NBA. Maybe not many times, but it's been done. It has been done that a team has had old players, and sometimes the old players don't work out. Sometimes the young players don't work out. Sometimes you think that you're going into the future. If you're the Toronto Raptors, you just won the championship. Yeah, Kawhi left, but you've got, Scotty Barnes and you've got OG.
Well, they tried to keep Kawhi. They tried to keep.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you thought, hey, at least we have a future coming in. And it didn't really turn out to work, and they kind of got stuck. But we've seen it both ways. We've seen the youth push out the vets in a Boston scenario. We've seen them blend together perfectly in a San Antonio scenario. I guess my point here isn't. I do think I've talked about the two timeline thing before, and how it makes more sense because Dallas has the guy who's coming up. I'm okay with it, but my point here is that we should stop allowing Golden State as a franchise to have full ownership over something they fabricated and branded themselves with because they just wanted the idea that their dynasty would never die.
You can't trademark Taco Tuesday, LeBron.
I mean, true. And I think why we use that example a lot more these days is because it's the most recent and most successful example.
It's not successful though. They won a title because of Steph.
Yeah, it's not successful at all.
James Wiseman didn't play at all.
But they still won a title.
They won a title, but they didn't win a title because Jonathan Kuminga was their top 5 best player.
Yeah, and I
they
guess
won
I'm
a title
arguing
because Steph and Clay and Draymond were very good. Yeah, and Looney was really all the guys they won titles with before. I think, and I don't think a two timeline thing accurately describes the Mavs because Cooper's the only young guy.
Lively's young.
Lively is young. Yes.
Washington's only 26.
That's not really young. PJ is on the timeline of the 32. PJ is not a young guy with 5 years of runway where he and Gafford are in the prime. You know what I mean?
He's closer to Lively and Cooper's timeline.
They've already been. PJ's already been in the league for 7 years. He's not young. He's on his third contract.
I mean, and he's still only 26, so I guess.
Yeah, I know, but he's on his third contract.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a two timelines thing is, think of it financially. You have a bunch of guys on the rookie deal, so you can also afford to pay a bunch of vets. But if you're paying a bunch of 27-year-olds vet money, then that's not on a timeline. Teams are going to tell you that they want to get younger, but they actually just want to get cheaper. They want to match the timeline because they just want to match the money. Like it makes sense. It's like a quarterback that you're paying $2 million. Yeah, let's go sign a bunch of good receivers. Let's sign a bunch of good defenders. Let's go sign a bunch of good offensive linemen.
You're triggering
Then as soon as that quarterback re-ups on a huge deal, oh, we got to trade Micah Parsons. Oh, we can't afford. It's time to get younger, man. Like they just do that as to justify spending less money. So for the Mavs right now, they have 2 players on rookie deals, and Lively's about to not be on a rookie deal anymore. Otherwise, everyone else is either vet minimum or vet.
Is Max Christie on a rookie deal?
No.
He's already into his second contract?
Yeah,
he was
all right,
second
guys,
round
I
pick.
had a couple more points. One is that I'm curious whether Dallas, when they traded or when they decided not to trade a second-round pick, you guys talked about Omax and the whole decision to just stretch and waive him. I wonder if they looked at the second-round pick and the stretch and waive and decided that this was something more sensical, or whether it was a decision. It was maybe even like a more of a Dumont decision. If Dallas didn't have Cooper Flagg, I wonder if they just trade the second round pick, because like otherwise, if you're keeping a second round pick, it's either you're using it in the future for Cooper, or otherwise, if you're keeping a second round pick, it's kind of an admission that there's still more work to do on this roster, and that was not my belief of where the Mavs say this roster is. That was just a very brief thing to throw out there. I was gonna. We got 3 minutes left. I do not have as much time to get into this as honestly. Maybe I should just save it for tomorrow.
We have an hour-long show to do tomorrow. You might as well just save it.
Yeah. But I was just gonna talk about like you guys kept saying, is Cooper gonna play point guard? Like, what's a point guard? What's a point guard in this instance? And I had some stats I pulled about Jason Tatum about his first couple of years. Now, Cooper Flagg was a better player than Jason Tatum in college. I think he's a better prospect. I think he profiles as somebody who's going to be better sooner. But there's some stuff I can get into about that.
On the second round pick, they just could not afford to light another second round pick on fire by attaching.
But why? I thought the roster is complete. Why do you need the second round pick if your roster is championship ready right now?
If in the next year or two things don't work out, you are in a position to start
but
over.
that is a different perspective than they had before Cooper.
Well, but you keep a second round pick that you can use to trade for an upgrade, not to just shed.
Yeah, but you had 2.
You had 2. Still got the one more.
So just the one on fire just for the hell of it.
I guess my point is exactly that. Like, everybody was told that this roster is championship ready right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, but it's still just even whether you're championship ready or championship not ready. Like, yeah, why are you?
Also, I just don't think the 1.2 dead money
less
penalty I don't think that matters. I think that was just a smart move to make.
Well, I mean, Corella laid out the numbers yesterday. What that they pushing up against
There's a lot of cash.
Yeah, they're already pushing up against the second apron.
And that's again why getting more a 2 timeline thing actually would be good, because they owe a lot of guys more than $10 million a year.
Yeah.
And they owe a lot of them more than $20 million a year.
Yeah.
The last thing about Lively that I wanted to touch on is like the Warriors, I think, referred to like the Kumingas and the Moody's and the Wisemans, and you add Podziemski to that as like guys that still need to develop, whereas Lively is already their best non-AD big man. So it's almost like Lively doesn't even need to develop. I view Lively as a veteran. Like Cooper, hopefully, is just like veteran level good, but they don't have this like, I guess Max Christie qualifies for this. They don't have this like undercurrent, like your whole bench isn't just like 23-year-old developmental projects that your vets can sort of like your bench is 28-year-olds, or 35-year-olds.
Don't disrespect Jaden Hardy while you're at it.
Oh, I think he's on the same timeline as AD and Kyrie.
No, okay, well there it is.
I think he's on a shorter one.
Oh well, maybe
I
there's
hope
that
not,
too.
dude.
Maybe there's that too.
I hope Hardy catches on somewhere. I hope Omax catches on somewhere. I don't think it's gonna happen here.
Appreciate it, Tanner, making us look good and sound good as always. He is off for the rest of the week. Enjoy your time off, sir. We'll look forward to your return next week. Also, we want to thank the GOAT, Dirk Nowitzki, for joining us on today's show. He was absolutely fantastic. If you missed it, make sure you go back and watch here on DLLS Sports, or you can listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcast for free. Give it a 5-star rating and write a review for it. Just search
That's how I
DLLS Mavs. That's how you listen and critique on our show. Shout out to our National NBA Insider, Mark
You
Stein.
didn't watch the games?
Breaking news, talking news during the
Wasn't
show.
around at noon.
He's off for the rest of the week. Appreciate you, sir. We'll talk to you next week here on the show, all right?
Can't wait to see what criticisms Tim has tomorrow to recite to us.
That's
Coach
fine.
Carter.
I didn't have any for you.
That's
You were
true. He did
flawless.
not have
Only
any.
because we ran out of time.
You were flawless, Mark Stein. You were perfect.
That's tomorrow's first segment.
That is our hardworking and meeting Bobby Carell and our Mavericks analyst. That is our Mavericks beat
Can't
writer,
believe
Tim
you
Tater-
missed Dirk.
Tim
I
Cato.
dude.
Unbelievable.
I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We are
Please
DLLS
just
Mavs.
don't.
We'll talk to you
Please
tomorrow
don't.
at 12
It's too
p.m.
soon.
right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.